Ready to play?
Somebody's getting glory.
Yeah, it's time for that For Glory intro again. What's up, y'all? What it do? How you doing?
Real stuff.
You know, it's like I was just saying. It's the are we gonna discuss frame data or not? That's the deciding factor on which type of intro we're doing. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Get Into Fighting Games. We're joined by a special guest today. Yo, Zaf, what's good?
Howdy.
Much love, much appreciation. Thank you for joining us on the stream today. I feel like this is, after talking about this from, I guess, like 2 Evos ago, it has taken us an embarrassingly long amount of time to set it up, but set it up we did.
It was last Evo. You gotta give yourself some credit. It was 1 Evo.
Yes.
It was the last Evo. The first 6 one, right?
Yeah.
Wait. It was at the Salty Street.
It wasn't
the
Hawaiian
Suite.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. I just feel bad whenever it's like, shit, that's a good idea. Okay, cool. And then, LA talk, as they call it, right? But no, we're happy to finally be able to do this. For those of you unfamiliar, Zaffarino1 on Twitter, be sure to go check him out. Runs the Fighter Academy, right? This is the spot to go to level up your game, to learn all of that. So, like, yo, how did you get started with the FGC, and like what's your roots?
I'm a gamer at heart, right? My mother gave me video games to keep me inside and away from the streets. And
bad things out there.
Nothing good.
Yeah, for sure. But I was like, I've always been super competitive, right? Like I always wanted to play basketball. And I just love competing at anything, right? It didn't matter what it was. And I was home a lot, so I didn't really get to go to like AAU or YMCA's to go play ball and cultivate skills and try out and stuff like that for like teams and whatnot. So I was in the house and I played games a lot, and that's where like my love for it comes from. I played fighting games when I was younger. I had Killer Instinct, I had Mortal Kombat, because I have an older brother and he was like the coolest of the cool. Like my brother was mad cool. He's still cool, he's not as cool as me now, so I have to say was like past tense, right?
Did he body you back in the day?
Yeah, until a certain point. Then in Melee, I started destroying him.
Yeah, I had the same story. That's it. Hell yeah.
So, he was really dope, like, just to watch him, and, he gave me a lot of, like, my personality, like, traits in terms of, like, he would put me onto anime, he put me onto the Beatles. Like, I have, like, a wide range of, like, musical, like, tastes because of him, right? I listen to hip-hop, I listen to metal, documentaries. I take notes because of my brother. My brother would literally write on napkins, and I was like a little kid, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you writing on a napkin? And it's just notes for what he wants to do for the day.
Oh, wow.
And it's just so funny how, like, in the chat's gonna see in a bit, like, how much notes I take.
Analytical. Yeah.
And but yeah, anyways, my love for fighting games comes from basically just childhood, being around my brother all the time, him doing fatalities in Mortal Kombat and just beating up on everybody was really dope.
What was your first game, like, competitive, I guess?
It was Street Fighter 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Street Fighter 4. 2010, I started going to locals. So this was my senior year of high school. And then I started traveling. My first event was in 2012, Civil War in Virginia.
Okay.
I took a bus. You'll hear this story a lot from Ultra David, because Ultra David, I met him on a bus in New York going to Virginia, and I'm from Boston. So I took a bus from Boston to New York, and then from there to Virginia. And I met him, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's Ultra David. And he had no idea who I was, right? So we were just talking. And then every time if I'm on a stream or if he mentions me, he always talks about that. Like, wow, I remember Zaf with no beard. He had a nice lineup. Now this dude's receded hairline. I'm just joking. But that was,
we don't know what's happening under the do-rag.
Yeah, I mean, it could be some magical stuff going on. I gotta suppress my power levels. But so yeah, that's basically where it started, was that. And then yeah.
So you consider yourself an 09er?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Dang, okay. And I guess at some point, like, from that, the bite to be like, yo, let's make content, let's stream, let's talk to people online, let's teach. came from, I guess, the local Boston scene?
I don't remember exactly what spawned it, but like, so I have a friend, right? Will, shout outs to Will if he's watching this. He hit me to streaming and everything, and he's like, "Yeah, if you're ever down to stream, you can stream." I was like, "Oh, I would love to stream." Like, this was in 2013, right? So this is way before Twitch really popped off, and I was like, "Man, what's nobody doing right now?" And I was like, "Oh, nobody's really teaching Street Fighter." And I was like, "Oh, let me teach Street Fighter," you know. And then for people that watch those streams, they remember there was like a box of Cheerios always behind my head. I don't know why Will had like mad Cheerios boxes, but that just became the meme. And I had his like Sennheiser headset with the microphone. It was such a like like a ghetto stream, but you know, compared to what we have now, it was just like the quality is so different, man. And so I just started teaching and trying it out there, and then I got my own PC personally in 2017, and then that's when I really started to like double down and doing Mastery Mondays and stuff like that. But man.
And so yes, to today now, and it's been a minute since we've done like a 6th stream. A lot has been happening since we last popped this game in. Reggie has developed a GIF.
I'm just messing around with the character.
Just let the people know.
My
we just gotta
gosh.
update what's going on.
So
what is what's
I don't know. There was a day I was at home and then I was like, oh, I haven't played Street Fighter 6 in a while. Let me boot up the game, and I should be playing my Chun-Li, you know? I should be getting better with her. Like we spoke at Evo.
Yeah.
Zaffarino was like, hey, put an hour a day, see what's going on. I'm like, okay, all right.
we have content and videos out there with you going in on how you'll never play a grappler.
I would never play a grappler.
and how degenerate and fake it is.
I do not want a command throw.
So I just think the people deserve some answers. I think they just want to know what happened.
I saw people were like saying Geef was good, and I'm like, yeah, he looks pretty stupid. And then Kobayan was doing damage in Japan. I'm like, let me just jump on rank and try to SPD people. And SPDing people, having fun, doing block strings. Like, wow, he's really cheap. And I don't know what I'm doing to myself.
So would you say that your position changed, Mr. President? Should we get some fact checkers on here?
No, I cannot allow myself to main Geef. This is just a phase, Mom.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's a political response if I've ever heard one, bro.
I mean, listen.
You're trying to get the votes, right? That's why you didn't want to say it. I get it, Reg.
Hey, Woolie, nice to meet you. Handshake.
Don't touch me.
Don't get intimidated.
I will play back. I will go back to Chun soon. TM.
Fuck.
But like, yeah, right now Geef is.
Right. Do you have the concept of a Geef plan?
I do. I have a concept of a Geef plan. I got some block strings. I got some.
They're eating the SPDs. All right. Look, I think quite frankly, you have the fundamentals and the ability to rock that shit. I mean, I do think that like Chun is a, every tool for every situation style character.
I don't like how many times I play Geef and I just go, fuck it. I'll just push this button. Let's just mash high punch and hope something happens. Let's just jump because I have 1100 health and I can afford to sacrifice health by doing some dumb shit.
Zaf, I mean, can you talk to this man? I don't know why he's flagellating over his true nature.
He's so used to having this image of himself as a player, being, a Chun player, being this, playing these attractive characters and this mobility and footsies.
And control.
And then
no gambling.
Just seems to be so far removed from that image that he has like, he's like shaking, right? He's like, this feels like a violation. He doesn't feel like he's at home. I get it, because when you change archetypes, especially, it just doesn't make sense, right? It's like, I don't know if I can do this. No. Like everybody's reason is different. Some people just fear of failure.
And you've built real estate. You've bought property on years of shitting on Geef players. In fact, one of the homies, one of your friends, is a Geef player who to this day can't catch a break. So yeah, today I think as well, the in addition to having you here and getting into some of the the fundamentals and learning. Yeah, wanted to take a look at Bison because we haven't had a chance to do so until now, and I think perfect opportunity to get into, you know, like playing him and messing around, fighting against him, little things like that. Reggie, you've tuned in quite a bit and have learned from Zaf streams. You can definitely attest that like it's a solid place to tune into, to
absolutely
to get into the nitty gritty.
It's one of my favorite streams to watch. No, I'm not even trying to suck dick here. I go home after a stream and then I look at my wall, and if Zaf is streaming, most of the time I'll just click, say hi. Sometimes I don't even say hi. I'm just like listening to his voice and watching like a predator. And he's talking to people, he's playing games, he's teaching people, people are asking questions. He makes a lot of sense and is structured. So I think there's not a lot of people that do what he does. So yeah, I vouch for this man. Yeah.
Thank you, Reggie. Yeah, it's pretty. It makes me sad though, like when I'm like, all right, bye stream, and then Reggie's like, all right, later, Zaf. I'm like, you mother.
I didn't say anything the whole stream.
The whole time,
like,
bro.
Yeah, lurking. Run some sets. Mess around.
Sure.
Let's boogie.
M.Bison.
Yeah, let's see it. I want to learn. I want to figure out how to deal with this.
Crazy that you have a background that says Garou Mark of the
It's wild that there's a Garou Mark of the Wolves background in Street Fighter. It's pretty nuts, but it's cool. I think that's dope.
Wild Wolf.
All right. Teach me, Zaf.
Whoop his ass. Oh, that was brutal. Work her ankles like that? Oh my god. Oh. That's power. Fight. Oh, a bit too far. Too far. God damn. M.Bison.
Yep.
Oh, you almost had me in there. Oh! Fake outs. Yo, what?
The counter DI would have killed me without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have killed you.
You don't want to have that situation occur.
Back to the conversion. Overhead. Drive reversal. Not taking the miss.
Nice one.
Unremarkable.
Oh, we're going out.
For your life. Nightmare.
Oh, pathetic. Good position.
Yeah.
Is double reverse plus like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Double like that. Uh-oh. Medium. After the punish counter, Scissor kick. Oh, Marisa has options. Another punish counter Scissor kick. Making it count. Oh, the burnout. The burnout made the drive reversal save. That hurts. Oh, he was so ready!
Correct. Yes, that's correct. For sure.
He was ready.
For sure. For sure.
That's a competitor.
Yeah. And I got touched. That's like completely.
Another one. Oh my god! That was close.
Super risky DI for no reason.
Where are you going? Sweet dreams!
Oh, he's coming for your drive. He's coming for your drive.
Nope.
There it goes.
That was it. So post heavy bomb to drive rush setup, I think is not real, but you have to recognize which one.
Yeah, so it depends. So he gets the best Oki off of the heavy version of back fist, which is what gives him the bomb. But in order for him to get that, he has to do specific routes because he can't get it off of, like, for example, counter hit lights, punish counter lights, right? He'd have to get it off of stand medium punch, crouching fierce, back heavy kick, or like a punish counter with punish with crouching medium punch, crouching medium kick. But you could tell because like how fast it is. Like the heavy version is really slow, right? So you'd be able to easily tell which version it is. And if you see them, for example, cancel from a light attack, you know it's most likely going to be the light version.
Yeah.
Right. And so if I drive rush, I can't do drive rush into back heavy kick in those situations mid screen because you could back roll and I'll just whiff. So you can just back roll on purpose, and then it causes me to have to overextend and drag out my drive rush, which then means I'm not safe at a certain point. I'd have to manually time like a medium in order to hit you.
So if you back roll against that setup, then the Bison needs to manually time his stuff, and you might miss it.
Right.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
But if he does the heavy one, then you're screwed because now he gets guaranteed pressure. So then, of course, you could just like, you know, perfect parry or whatever, right? But that's the thing you have to introduce more into your game is more perfect parry.
Right.
So I know the game has a stigma where, you know, it's like, oh man, offense is so oppressive, right? Which is true for sure. But the thing is, what will help you is if you take on the attitude. I'm very big on attitudes when I teach, right? Because it helps you become like an actor. So you have to take on the attitude that my offense is your offense. So you're not guessing. You're making me guess. So your defense is actually influencing my offense. How do we do that? Yeah. So here's an example. Let's say, you know, I'm doing the back heavy, the heavy back fist, right? And so you're like, okay, I'm gonna back roll, and I know that you're gonna, you know, drive rush back heavy kick. So now you start to do perfect parry. All right, you start to perfect parry, or you start to drive reversal. Now what's gonna happen is if I am an aware player, I'm going to be like, damn, he's doing drive reversal. Like, remember earlier you did like the drive reversal on wake up like 4 times, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta adapt to this, right? So a player that's aware, a player that's watching you, which I'll show you how you can tell the difference between those two types of players. A player that's watching you is going to adjust to the influence that you've conveyed by introducing this defensive option. So now you know, if I am going to be aware of your parry, what do you think I want to do on the next wake up?
I'll try to throw.
Yeah.
Try to throw, right? Or wait. So it's one of the two.
Wait it.
So then now, like every time you're interacting, you're gaining information. It's just a matter of if you are aware of it or not, right? So let's say I have two answers to what you said, but now let's say I do one of the two. Next time I knock you down, I do drive rush throw right away. So now you know I'm not even delaying. I'm not even confirming. I'm just like kind of skipping and making an assumption. So you know you're playing a player that makes assumptions based off of previous interactions. But now let's say I drive rush and I block. Now you know you're playing a player that's cautious, a player that's watching you, and a player that wants to confirm before he commits to a risky attempt on your wake up, right?
Okay.
So then now you can categorize the player's offense. Even if you're not familiar with the character you're fighting, you could fundamentally apply this to anything. So it's like you see the skeleton of the game. You don't care about the skin. I don't care about Bison.
Right.
I don't care about Marisa. I see fundamentally Oki, this situation, he's doing this, and then you take advantage. And this is how you can apply it. This is how you just apply these things regardless of the matchup, even if you're not aware of all of the solutions and stuff like that, and you can just generate a more consistent playstyle.
So someone like not running an autopilot is a type of category you're recognizing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
There's two things you have to keep in your mind. Is every player demands respect regardless of how skillful they are because of how easy it is to do damage, right? And how easy it is to run offense. So you have to respect the repercussions, like the worst case scenario of every interaction, right? So then with that in mind, like, so for example, me, I have a super strong ego, right? And I'm aware of this. So when I play certain players, even if I know I am vastly superior to them, I still have to in my brain say like, yeah, this player might not be as skillful as me, but he's just as dangerous as me because of the way the game is designed. So I have to, when I go into interactions, I have to mitigate. So it's not just me trying to be right, but me simultaneously mitigating the risk of situations, right? So for example, some people, you'll delay tech mid-screen, right? Because you don't want to take the throw. Okay, but why not just backdash? Why not just delay up back? It accomplishes the same thing, which is you reset the spacing and the throw doesn't hit you.
Right.
Right? So you got to think of it like that when you're coming across interactions. It's like really, really important. So, you know, it's really important to remember that everybody can do damage and offense is really easy. So whenever you are in these situations, you have to figure out like, what can I exploit consistently in this player's behavior?
For the people.
And then you can do chun as well. I mean, whatever you want to do. You don't have to do anything, but, you know.
For the people. And then last second smile. That's what I do.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, dang it.
Gladius. It's got armor, right? That's a Gladius.
No, I gotta be careful.
Yep.
Oh my god, my heart. Good trade. Shit. Oh no. We're good? No, we're not good. We're good.
Set up 2. Oh.
I didn't commit. I should have walked more. Oh, what was I doing? Brain farted. Oh shit, that springs are so full.
And here comes damage.
Oh god. Okay, I brain farted.
Your time ends here. Be gone.
Fuck it, I'll jump.
You'll never see this coming.
M.Bison
Okay.
wins.
Just get into
Splash SPD. Oh, yeah. Interesting. That's that interaction.
so annoying. So annoying. All right.
Round 2. Fight.
I'm so greedy. Oh, let's go.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, and burn up still. Forward dash. Scissor.
Your time ends here. Be gone.
Such an annoying character.
Scissors.
M.Bison.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh no.
Flee. It's over.
No, I'm so fucked. Oh, you son of a gun.
Oh, back dash.
Oh my god. You saw my face. Oh my god.
That's disgust.
I've been played. Can't be whiffing weapons like that. Oh shit! Oh man.
Oh.
God. Oh my god, this guy. Alright. Back in. God. So much reward for that move. Oh god. I'll take it.
Yep. Right.
So hard. I hate getting rained out like that. I'd be like, kick out, kid! What a backdash. Okay. Whoa! Oh, I didn't block in time! We're good. We're super chill right now. Oh, we're not chill. Oh.
Spared from the splat, but then still bombed.
Your time ends.
Then I eat a DI.
Yeah, I don't know where the drive went.
Yeah, I wasted it with my short DRC nothing. Yeah, let's throw some moves.
Gladius. Oh.
That's cool. Okay, we're so cool. We're so cool.
Not World Tour mode.
Okay, take the trade. Oh God. No.
There's no reason to not do it again.
Okay. I didn't get a single light kick DRC on block yet. I've been whiffing it because I have trouble clicking my space here, right there. See? This guy! Oh my god. I was ready for that.
It's
Oh my god, he's dancing. I don't want to go for my life.
the entire neutral is lost right here. Just on that, you know? Man. Alright. Give me some answers on that.
Oh my god, he's putting himself burn out to the burn. Not. Fuck it.
Spend it all.
Time to guess. Oh my god, I hate him.
Oh. Late? Yeah.
Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, the late lariat. I didn't. I was shook from dropping the combo, and then I didn't hit confirm my thing.
I thought the DI was gonna get hit with a super,
Okay, hold on. Let me try this again because I'm in my head so much right now. Okay, Zaf, it's over.
Okay,
It's over.
I'm ready.
Oh, are we pointing at the WrestleMania sign?
It's over.
He's pointing at the WrestleMania sign. He's saying it's happening.
I have 9 games of data.
Babe Ruth is calling out the whole.
Technically, you got 15 if you were watching me and Woolie play.
I'm gonna scramble the cards a bit.
Okay.
Hey, don't get
Actually,
sloppy on me now.
No, it's not 9 yet. It's gonna be 18 that when you get your 9.
Fuck it.
Don't get sloppy on me now.
Okay. And the talk.
I told you. Oh shit, I'm in trouble.
Oh no.
Yeah, check this out.
Don't make Reggie say the catchphrase.
God damn it. Zangief.
And
That doesn't work. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. I threw so hard. I threw so hard. Alright, it's all good. It's all good. Oh god, that was bad.
yeah, I get it. But even then, it's not a consistent answer against it. Chun? I mean,
Let's dust her off.
yeah, it was,
Oh my god, that felt horrible.
the man's putting on a clinic.
And I know
And
that,
that's
like,
what we called him here to do.
it's so messed up because
So fair enough.
like I have options, but he's so ready.
Street.
Yo, bro. Okay.
Yeah, I guess a couple more options.
You're mine. Point left. It's over. Think again.
Oh my god. Well, nice parry. Even to just not get burnt there.
Fuck. Okay, let me get my mind into it.
Round 2. Fight.
The world. Off of a blocked reversal. The world.
Your time ends here. Be gone. You're mine.
Who's that range? Okay.
M.Bison.
Alright.
Round 1. Fight. Is that all? Incidents. Prepare.
Okay. Shunners.
Round 2.
Making me sweat.
Yeah. Y'all niggas making me sweat. Oh, well, pop.
Well, he doesn't give a rat's ass, right? If he has the bomb on.
Bomb is on.
Flee.
Oh, hey.
Been sleeping for 19 games.
All right.
Just coasting. Walk in the park.
Nice denial. Nice denial on the 20, bro.
Jesus.
The state of
This
it.
is play.
Shambles.
I don't trust it. Alright. Comes on point. Oh, God, I was bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Amazing success. Fraud detection averted. You know? Only 19.
Only 19.
Yeah. It's clear. It's clear.
Nice. Go below. Oh, damn. Oh shit, we're taking for the whole thing. This guy's back. Almost burned.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Nice. Good prep.
We live in. Really? Oh my God, it's. What's the frame data on it? Okay, I got cheeky.
You think Hikoken would like make that neutral?
That was a wash. This is a solid ass character.
But Chun-Li is awake. Chun-Li is here. As you know, that was a bit more real feeling.
Nah, this guy just retired my GIF. I'm gonna have to actually go ranked and play my chess.
Is that what just happened?
This is what just happened.
No, your
That
GIF
was-
wasn't bad, bro. It's just you didn't have structure in your play.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't get it going against.
Yeah, but once you have structure, you would have taken matches off of me because you had opportunities. You just didn't have like a direction.
Yeah, we have.
You know. So I actually thought your GIF was pretty good, but you don't have structure. That's all it is.
Well, speaking of structure, how does one go about learning how to create structure, Zaf?
Well, I always want to say you want to begin with your understanding of the character and their design, and then you start to piece together what the relationship between the move set is, and then you can create tactics, and then those tactics kind of support your strategy, and your strategy helps you realize your objective, which is your win condition, right? So everybody has a goal. Every character is designed to win, or you want to win, right? But the way they accomplish that is different. It looks different. Dalsim looks different versus Zangief, right? Marisa is gonna look a little different than Manon, right? Like, the win condition varies based off of the character's archetype and design, and I always teach people to start with movement and then work your way up. Like, movement is going to tell you how easy it is for you to do the E and E's, which is to evade or engage, right? So evading is to give up space, right? To create space between you and your opponent, increase distance, and to engage is to close that distance, right? To be in proximity of your tool set.
Yeah.
So depending on the moment of the match, depending on the character, depending on the meters, depending on a lot of things, you're gonna find that it's wise to lean one way over the other, right? There's no cookie cutter approach. There's no like, hey, this works against everybody. When I teach people, I say, I don't like to give you answers. I like to teach you how to ask questions, because if I gave Woolie an answer, hey, this is how you beat my Bison, are you going to be able to do that against Strider's Bison? Are you going to be able to do that against Dogura? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I show you the right
clear,
questions,
black and white answers like that.
yeah, if I ask you, if I teach you how to ask the right questions, you'll be able to come up with solutions on the fly in an event that you aren't prepared. Obviously, you should still want to be prepared by analyzing, going into training mode and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
But it's just you're better equipped, right, in the chaos of like a competitive environment and ranked and stuff like that. Okay, for memory retention, it's good to have like a comparison, right, to things, so that way like you're learning Marisa, but I'm also going to show you something from Bison's perspective, and then you'll be able to relate this information a lot easier, right? So if me and you were to hold forward, right, let's just hold forward on each other. You see how my character is like pushing you back?
Yep.
My forward walk speed's way faster than yours.
Yep.
Right? And this is one of the ways that you can tell. So engaging is really important, because it's how quickly can I get into a range where I am able to make contact. Contact is so important in this game, because, so Woolie, you just block, right? If you block, I'm getting drive chip. But not only am I getting drive chip, I'm building super, right? I am I'm putting you in drive chip. I am gaining drive gauge, right? I am pushing you back towards the corner. That's 4 things right there I'm benefiting off of. And then the 5th thing is like, this is more psychological, is I'm creating a situation. Because if we were to just kind of keep playing like this in the free-flowing aspects of the game, there's a lot of chaos that can happen, right? There's a lot of chaotic shit that can occur. You can't really control that.
Yeah.
But if I put you in a situation where you block this, I understand the frame data, I understand the distance, I understand a lot more of the nuance of that particular situation. So if I am more aware of options there, I am going to exploit you a lot easier than you can exploit me. Especially as the aggressor, because I could just create the situation. And then now you're like, okay, let me walk forward. Okay, boom, boom, hit it again, right?
Yeah.
So if I do this, I hit it again, you walk into it. And then, okay, let me try to space it out. Okay, I know you're going to try to space it out. All right, let me walk forward and then press it before. You see, so now I am leading the dance, and that's not good, because you don't know what I'm going to do next in the dance. But in this game, though, in particular, Reggie, I'm pretty sure, is aware of this, because he hears me say it all the time. Back walk speeds in this game are neutered compared to the prior games. And the reason for that is backwards movement, evasive movement. So if I were to categorize this, right? Engaging is forward. That could be dash. It could be jump forward. It could be walk forward, right? Evasive movement is neutered in this game. It's nerfed. Why? Because the game is designed for us to kind of interact and brawl. We're supposed to solve things inside of the chaos instead of avoiding it.
Right.
Right? That's just the nature of the game. So you'll notice a lot of times, like you block a button, you try to walk back, right? And you'll get hit. You're like, yo, what the hell? Because there's a cancel window at the end of button recoveries. Like, you know, if I press a button, you see how Bison kind of has that like animation, his arms like come back, right? Or if I do this, like his, you know, he doesn't go right back into the position. He still has like a little animation, right? You can cancel that. And what happens is your character, their hurt box stays forward. So when you try to walk back by canceling it, your hurt box is actually extended further, and then the person's low forward clips you. So in order for you to actually avoid that, you have to let go of the stick and let your animation flush out.
Oh shit.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things like that. So if you're not
Versus
aware
going
of it, you're like,
straight
why
to
do I
the
keep getting
walk
hit? Yeah, walking back is not good. You should not be walking back. If you are in pressure, it's better to fight the pressure than it is to walk back.
Huh.
So you got to be more mashy. You got to be more like contesting with lights. Okay. Fundamentally, if I walk back, you walk forward to keep the same range, right? If you move back, I move forward to keep the same range, right? But the issue is low forwards in this game have such crazy reach, and the reward off of it is insane because you get that, right? And then I get that into mix, into bomb, into whatever. So it's not ideal for you to try to avoid things. You have to fight inside of the fire, basically. So evading things is not ideal unless you do this, which is jump back, or if you just commit to a backdash.
Okay.
But even then, it's still dangerous because you're not airborne during backdashes.
Yeah.
Right? So like in this game, the most important thing is to understand, because you will get hit a lot trying to evade from previous years of conditioning that do not work in this game. And just look how quickly, right? Like Mercer doesn't even have a good walk speed.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? Like that's how much faster your forward walk speed is than my back walk speed. Mind you, Bison has the second
crazy.
fastest forward walk speed in the game
there's
behind
no
Kimberly
escaping
when
that.
she has level 3. Right? Him and Akuma, I believe, are tied. So you see, that is telling you like, yo, and then on top of that, bro, you build meter faster when you move forward. The game is incentivizing you to move forward.
Right.
Like it's deliberate. It's like, yo, stop moving back. And that's one of my biases I have to overcome, is because I usually try to space people out. But when you space people out, you have to space people out in one of two ways. You're already far enough away to where you can dance around the range, or you have to create a pushback that guarantees that they're not in range of immediate low forward.
So like note one immediately, don't necessarily try to just walk back or evade the chaos as much as you should look to handle it with buttons and staying in it.
Right. Yep, 100%. 100%. So like golden rule for me is when we are, I have this like, how do you say, like I segment the screen, right, into like 5 cards. There's like 5 zones, right? This is zone 5. Max distance jump, where I could like jump and like hit you or something like that, would be like zone 4, right? Something like that, right?
Okay.
Zone 3 is like match start spacing, so that's literally this exact spacing right here. Or you could call this like the fireball range, because most fireball wars are fought here. Fireball trap range also, right? This is regular jump range because people usually jump at fireball range, right?
Right.
So then here would be like zone 2 or footsies range, which would be like the range of your sweep. Okay. Dash range also. Okay. So then close range would be pressure range, throw range, frame trap range, whatever. So when you're at different ranges, right, you have to have like a plan. Obviously, Marisa's gonna win when she's close. So if we're here though, how do you get from here to here? See, that's the thing you gotta ask, right? Because you're not gonna win fighting here. Like if we were to stay here, I'm more likely gonna win than you because I just have better buttons. I do more damage here, right? Because of scissor kick and stuff like that, and whiff punishes that give me like the world.
That was the entire match. Yeah, it felt
That was literally the match.
Yeah.
Right. I would just continuously play outside of the most threatening thing that you have, which is Gladius. Right. And I would dance around that, entice you with a little bit of engagement. Because think about it, when you do it because the person's pressing you, right?
Yeah.
I would sell you like a salesman. Hey, here's this idea. I'm gonna press you. I'm gonna engage. And you're like, oh, this is what I want. And then last minute, I pull out the deal.
Yeah.
Nope.
Now, and years of Bison conditioning as well, I feel like leads to me like just wanting to neutral jump and catch an errant scissors, but that's not gonna be a consistent answer, right?
It depends. So it's really strong in moments where you know the player, based off of watching the player or the spacing. It's not a bad idea to do it here, like at the start of a match, right? Because the risk reward. The likelihood of a Bison being ready for you to neutral jump is way lower at the start of a set because they don't know anything about you, right? So they're gonna do something and most likely observe, or they're going to commit. They're not gonna do the counter right away. That's like jumping too deep into the layers, right? So if I'm gonna, like, let's say if I do this and I push you back, I'm gonna see, what do you do? Oh, okay, he sits there, right? And then that's when you can manipulate a player, because this was the thing I was gonna teach you earlier. Remember how I said being able to identify if a player is watching you?
Yep.
So this is useful for anybody that's listening. The way you'll be able to tell if a player is watching you, when you move a particular way, do they change? Right? So let's say, for example, I push you back, and then do I move a specific way? Do I start doing this? Right? There's different modes of observation players have. So here's a couple of them. Jab, crouch, shimmy in place, walk back, walk and block back, walk and block forward. Walk, crouch, standing still.
Observation mode.
This is really important. You know why? Because this is when you can manipulate a player. Most players don't watch you though. They're just break dancers. They're dancing one at a time. It's like, oh, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. So they don't really care about what you're doing. But when you play a player that watches you, this is where the game becomes fun, because now it's actual conversation between two people. It's not just one person blabbing their fucking mouth and yelling at the other person. So when you see these observations,
it's like walking left, right, and you're like, do you really have a purpose? I'm just gonna walk and low you. I'm just
right.
Oh,
Like,
you're not footsing me. You're just moving for no reason.
Right.
There's no purpose.
Yeah, some people you gotta keep digging, because you'll think like, okay, is he watching me? But then that's when you like investigate. So a smart player is gonna give you fake information and make you think, oh, I just want to drive rush, or I want to DI. I want to make you think about these things I don't really want to do. Or I'm gonna jump, and then what I really want to do is something else. I really want to walk you down. I really want to do stand fierce. You know, I really want a scissor kick. But the situation before, I just used that as leverage. But most people aren't doing that. Most people are just sending shit at you. So the way you beat people that just send stuff at you is you just figure out when do they transition into specific things. Like, so if I'm playing you, right? When I was playing you, you would go for Gladius in particular moments, right? It was when I would pressure you and push myself back. So then now I would hit confirm. If I hit you, I actually convert. But then if you blocked it out, I'm like, okay, I know we're transitioning into a different scenario. And I know he's not aware of the game management that's occurring, right? And I'm just gonna keep exploiting this lack of awareness. So then I just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again.
So the two concepts you're getting into that is, one, obviously, if someone's just autopiloting, how to just stay on it and answer it deliberately. And then second, if you see somebody who's backing off to observe, you can then use those moments when you can tell they're looking to observe to feed them fake information, which you then exploit later.
Yeah. And sometimes too, bro, what's interesting is, like, let's say the players that are doing it, like the in-betweeners, the people that are doing it but they're not really doing it.
Yeah.
What you do is you just punish the transition. Like I said, like, okay, so now I know every time you observe, you don't really know what you're observing. So you're just kind of like, I'm waiting. So it's not really like they're observing, they're just not sure. And then they do something. They do Superman punch. They do drive rush. And that's what I start to punish. So every time we go to that moment of, okay, here's your breather, here's recess. All right, when you come back inside for class, I know what you want to do. You see what I'm saying? I know what you're going to try to resort to, and then you just keep punishing that. Because the idea is you want to punish things, but not so obvious where the person changes. You want them to stay the same, because then it makes it easier, right? You just keep punishing the same behavior over and over and over again. Like it probably felt like, yo, damn, he keeps punishing all of these different things that I'm doing. But it's not that I was punishing all these things that you're doing. I was doing the same thing, but you didn't realize it because it felt so different.
A lot of the set was, I was laser focused on like scissors and potential solutions to it that I could not find, you know? And then a couple moments of like trying to figure out if it's a heavy scissors and if I can, you know, get the punish on it or not. This particular range in the set we had, right? yeah, you were like, I was definitely kind of going to Gladius as just an autopilot thing that was getting blown up heavy as I was just whiffing it in this range.
Right.
What, like...
Yeah, for me as a GIF, like let's say I was standing where Marisa is right now, I'm like, I know that Bison can scissor kick, but I would have to be closer to get a punish.
Right.
And then outside of that range, like he's doing medium kick and other buttons that he could whiff, that I could whiff punish, but then he does the scissor kick, and I had trouble like
So we're
alternating.
So the place my brain goes to when I can't quite get that answer is just like, all right, well, don't even try to hit a button, just block it and try to like try to not be in that place where the pressure started to begin with next time. You know.
So perfect parrying is really strong as like a layer 1 defensive option against Bison because we don't want to throw there. We want to hit. Because remember, what's our priority when we play Bison by design? We want what? Yeah, what do I want as Bison?
Put the bomb on.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So I can't get the bomb with throw. My initial attempts at offense is always going to be frame trap, frame trap, frame trap. So parrying just makes too much sense to not do it as a layer 1. Right? And I don't want to throw you because if I throw you, I could lose to mash there. Because in this game, unlike the previous Street Fighters, if an attack and a throw hit at the same exact time,
Strikes win.
throw loses in this game. It wasn't like in the years prior where throw would beat buttons, right? So now in that +1 situation, and I know I don't want to math people to death, but in these situations, the fastest buttons in this game are 4 frames, right? So if I'm +1, okay, and I throw is 5 frames. It now becomes a 4-frame attack because I'm moving 1 frame faster than you, right? So you just subtract off the startup. So I'm now 4 frames. But the problem is throws lose to buttons on the same frame. So if we trade, aka we hit each other at the same exact time, you're gonna win. So I don't want to throw there. You see what I'm saying? It just I don't want to do it. I'd rather see it. But then now here's the problem. What did I just talk about with players that watch you? What can you do to them?
Condition the wrong thing.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So you see how you can extrapolate that little lesson I just told you? You can use it on defense. You can use that in footsies. You can use that with air to ground. You can use that anywhere, fundamentally. That's the skeletal things I like to teach because I want to teach you how to fish. I don't want to give you a fish. Reggie made a good point, right? He's like, man, I know I got to be closer to punish the scissor kick, but then it's like, man, but then the other buttons, right? So whenever I think about punishing moves, I always want to find out, like I always want to play this anti-genie test. I learned this from a book about decision making. It's like, imagine instead of you rubbing the lamp and Genie comes out from Aladdin, Jafar comes out. And Jafar's like, he's like anti-Genie. He's like, ha, your original options, I'm gonna take away them and you can't use them now. So now I'm like, damn. So I can't walk up and punish this. Damn, I can't DI this. So what can I do? And now I'm forced to think of or come up with other solutions, right? So now let's do this together. So if I can't, let's say you're playing against me and you can't walk up and punish my scissors. I'm removing that option. What are some options you can do against scissor kick if you know it's coming?
So that's super dangerous because even though he's minus, he's walking back, and if you whiff, he gets a whiff punish.
Right. Right. I agree.
So then, like, I would try to get closer and actually, like, hit you, not whiff. But then the buttons come.
Okay.
I could.
So how about this? How about this one? Remember, there's 2 types of movement, right? We don't only have to engage.
Also.
You can evade, right? Exactly. So what if you block it and then you sell the idea that you're going to engage me, but then you evade last second? So walk up and backdash. And then look how negative I am. Let's say I do this. All right, you block this, right? You block this. And then you're at that range, right? Like, so let's say we're here, right? You could walk up and block that, right? That's an easy, the back-to-back scissors is easy to beat because you could just walk up and block it. But the problem is when we're spaced out, right? Like you were saying, if I'm here at this range where I'm safe and you block that, right? Then you don't, what do you do? So what I want you to do is walk. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna be outside of the range of scissors, right? So don't move. So this is the range where I whiff, right? I whiff here. What I want you to do is go from this range where it whiffs to the range where I can hit you, but then walk back or backdash. So you just do this. Okay, so do that to me. See? Look how minus I was.
Yeah.
And
Minus 16.
Marisa can do stand fierce, right? Your stand fierce is like what, 15 frames? 12 frames, even better. So you can whiff punish with that, and then you can get started.
See, and then standing medium.
Yep. See? Right. What else you could do? You could walk in and neutral jump.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
You're right.
So you have to learn how to entice people, and what usually helps with that is understanding what does the other character want. What do they want at this specific range? You know what I'm saying? Very, very important. It simplifies the game when you do that. And then it's not to say Bison's not strong. He's still strong as shit. But it's not as scary. Then you're like, oh, I know what you want. If you played a Marisa, right? You know what she wants. It's not as scary. But somebody that doesn't know, like week 1 when Street Fighter 6 came out, we're looking at this character like, damn, this Italian stallion is scary as fuck, right? Right? So it's just a matter of having the perspective. So you gain that perspective by asking the right questions. If you don't play the character, right? You just be like, well, how can I entice, like, make them want to do this? And then how can I punish it, right?
Right.
What you could also do is perfect parry it, right? You could be at a range where light whiffs, but then I have to do the slower ones, and the slower ones are easier to react to. See? So you could force it. You could force me where I'm like, I can't use light because he's out of range. He has this really messed up mind game with this. So now I'm gonna do the medium or the heavy. But the problem is you could perfect parry those easier.
Okay. Okay. Hit medium. Okay. So yeah, let's see the exact distance there, because yeah, fishing to force him to heavy and then perfect parrying it sounds pretty good. Just the exact distance is like. Okay. Right there.
But even then, like, you don't even have to worry about the medium because it's so much slower, right? It's the light that's the most annoying. So if you space out the light, right, you space this bad boy out, and then you get whatever you want as a punish. This has so much recovery. 42 frames is the equivalent of a jump, like a safe jump, essentially, right? So this is, you eliminate this, and now it forces me to use the other things. Because the thing about Bison is, like, I don't really have anything else other than like doing stuff like this, right? Which we'll talk about in a second.
But when I hit when I do block medium, I'm still in the mix, though, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, you're blocking it, right? But then what happens afterwards?
I mean, yeah, 5, but 5 with what?
But this is the thing: is what do I get here? See what I'm saying? Nothing's reaching. I have to do this, and this you can jab me on reaction pretty easily. Yeah, you can easily react. You can easily jab this.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, it sounds a little scary, but you know, actually try maybe stand light kick. What's your stand light kick look like? Oh yeah, there you go. All right, ready?
Man, that's scary, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the trick. When you react, don't react to the button in front of me. What you want to do is you want to react to, like, you see his animation? How his front arm, his right arm is going in front of him? That's what you want to react to. See? You see now you're trading it a lot easier, right? But when you want to react to moves in this game, you want to find the key aspects of their animation that'll give you the earliest tell of what the move is. Right? I don't have to worry about any other button at this range because nothing else reaches. This is the one button that would scare the shit out of somebody at this range because it's the only one that really reaches. Right? So then you just identify, well, where is it? Oh, it's right here, right? Boom. Okay. So what you could do is you can perfect parry it also. You don't have to just, you know. Right? And then that will discourage them because then a smart Bison's like, damn, he's reacting to this shit? Okay. And then I'm like, oh, that means he's not looking for something else. But then this is the mind game, right? If you're aware of the player's like adaptation speeds, you know, oh, he's probably gonna drive rush because he thinks I'm not ready for this. And then you can check them, right? Or they might jump because they think you're not ready for the jump. Right. This is what's happening at the highest levels. We're basically just fact checking. What is this person looking for at a given moment? And we're trying to do this in the slickest way possible while also simultaneously disguising our intent. And if you parry it, you're not taking drive chip. Because if you block this, this is half a bar. That's not good. Right. You know, like you don't really want to deal with that. So you parry it, and then it's like, at worst, you're in a situation where I'm not even in throw range, depending on where I'm doing it, right? Because the closer I am, the easier it is for you to check me out of it. So I want to space it out so that way your buttons do whiff. But then the problem is now I'm more obvious. I'm telegraphing it because of spacing. And here's another thing too that's really important. So let's go back to neutral against this move specifically. Remember I was talking about evading? In this game, so every move has proximity block, but it's not like it used to be, where if the chat doesn't know what that is, it's basically like it's an invisible gray box that exists on every move. And if the character is in the opposing character is inside of it, they flinch. That's what causes them to flinch. So if I do this, like you see how like
forces a block animation to start.
Right. So this is, it's not like it used to be in previous games,
much
right?
bigger before.
Yeah, it's
way bigger. So people,
crazy.
yeah, so people would be able to like walk out. They would try to walk out, right? But then you'd hit this button, and then
Stop
it's
them
like
from walking.
they're just there, right? Like Laura was a
fireball. That's
huge-
exactly what I was gonna say.
Bruh.
You're not going
That shit
anywhere.
was insane, right?
Yeah.
So Bison's one of the characters that he has the old school proximity block. So come here, and we're gonna just. I want you to walk back, and look how far it goes. Do you see that? All right. So just like when you neutral jump, just start walking back.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah, that's
See?
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. You
Let's see
see?
that.
So imagine in your head, you're like, I'm gonna space this out, and then this is happening to
You
you.
get locked. Yeah.
Yeah, you get locked. You absolutely just it doesn't make sense. And then the thing is, what you don't realize is when this happens, bro, you're confused, right? And in that moment of confusion is when people can open you up, because you're like, yo, what? Why? Like, but you don't realize it's happening. It's just like it's just subtle enough to what you don't know what's happening, but it's just like bothering you enough to where it can like distort your play for a little bit.
Is it just that button, or?
Well, yeah, it's mainly this button is.
that-
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
See, like,
It just hits forward heavy.
yeah. See, like.
Yeah. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah, that's huge. Okay.
Yeah, so this is why you have to like just be brave about it and just parry
Okay.
it, you know?
Okay. Can we talk about Devil's Reverse?
Yes. Okay. So the key to this, this is
Shadow
golden
Rise.
rule.
Shadow
If
Rise.
I am full screen, do not air to air this, because I can do this. This happened a couple of times against you, Woolie. I would do this and then, right?
Yep.
And that's not good.
Yep.
So the rule is you want to be close. Why? Because yeah, you know how I said you know how there's two parts to it, and you were like, yeah, I've been told to punish the second part.
Yeah.
No. What you do is you're close enough so that way they can never even get to the second part. Right? So watch this. So if I do this, you just air to air it as soon as I leave the ground. There's nothing I can do. I'm gonna try to do this at the fastest possible timing, and you're still gonna snuff me. Watch. See?
Okay.
Nothing. Nothing I can do. See? Nothing. I'm mashing it. Nope. Nothing. Okay. I'm gonna do stomp. Stomp again. Stomp again. Okay. So here's the thing. So this is gonna help you with your anti-airs too. Is when you're reacting to my jump, when do you confirm it? Can you like jump and show me where in the air, like with a jab, like at what point do you see the jump?
At what point? How high do I see it?
Yeah, like when's the soonest that you see me jumping? So watch when I press the button. Most people, they register that you've jumped here, like at this point, at the apex. Right?
Okay.
So would you say that's the same with you when you realize people jump, or is it a little bit closer?
So
Like when they're
if I'm if I'm looking for it, if
Yeah.
I'm focus spiking, then it's sooner. But if I'm not looking for it, it's extremely late. Yeah.
okay.
So
If you've come
I feel like
How soon can it be?
it depends on like whether I'm like trying to snipe it out or not. You know.
If you're trying to snipe it, what's the soonest you think you can do it?
I feel here.
Okay, the apex basically, right? Like
Yeah.
a little bit. Okay,
I feel like
watch
at the
this.
apex. Yeah.
Okay, so Reggie knows when it comes to anti-airs about me, right? So this is my trick. When people jump, I don't react
when they're in the air. I react when they leave the ground.
Huh.
Yeah, to the
Because if you pay
absence.
attention, every character crouches before they leave the ground slightly. And they leave a cloud of dust on the ground.
So you're just
So
looking
when
at
I
where
see
they
that-
used to be.
Yeah, so when because I'm watching the feet in footsies. So when I see that, my brain automatically, I know you jumped.
Air
That's
to
why
air.
people can't jump on me. That's why every top player, when they talk about me, they're like, you just can't jump on Zaf. It doesn't make sense. That's why. That's literally why.
You're not following them up. You're staying looking at where their feet were. And
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
then I know where they are. And you know what happens is I now have a wider window to confirm what happened. Because the problem is when you react to the apex is how much time from here until I hit you. It's not a lot of time, right? So when I see you leave the ground though, not only do I know you jumped, I know where you jumped from. I already know the timing. I already know the spacing. I know exactly what anti-air I have to do. And I've calculated all this in milliseconds.
As an old Shoto player, when I played Chun, I I always tell you my anti-airs are bad.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, your anti-airs are decent. I'm like, nah, my anti-airs are bad.
Okay.
Like, because if I anti-air, it's because I know that they're jumping. So with Chun, if I'm playing footsies and they jump, I might not be ready. But with Ryu or Shoto, I'm usually fishing, low forward,
Yeah.
buttons on the floor.
Yeah.
And when they're not in front of me, I'm ready because that means like, oh, they're not there, they're in the air. So I'm gonna be like crouching medium kick, oh, but they're not there.
So-
DP.
Excuse me. It's funny because so if I'm playing Blanca, for example, with his his up ball,
Yeah.
like I feel like I've learned and conditioned to him. Like in a lot of cases, if I expect, I guess if I'm looking for it, I'll catch it when they're halfway to the apex, right?
Like,
I'm already charged,
Yeah.
and it's a simple like bop, and it's happening, right? But not if I'm doing a button air to air, or not if I'm doing like an air throw, for example. But specifically with that, it's just it's as I'm holding the charge down, it's like the only thing I'm looking for. You know? And if I don't see that, then whatever, walk back, hop back, lose the charge. But as soon as I gain the charge, I feel like my brain is like looking just for that, and I catch it like at that point, But the point remains, like their absence is what you're reacting to.
Right. Basically, right? And you see like his regular jump doesn't have that weird cloud that follows his legs, but look. Wait.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Right. So by the time you see that, you're like, oh,
Okay.
this is the fastest I can do this. Right, it's just 34 frames.
Okay.
That's the equivalent of me dashing, like doing a dash and a half at you, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a dash and a little bit over, right? So like you can easily react to that, right?
Does this
So-
just as a side, like if someone does like a hooligan on you, does your focus of reacting to that like take a hit as a result though?
No, because when I am playing Bison or if I play a shuttle character, if I have an invincible attack, it's invincible to the jumping, so I don't care, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
Right?
enough.
And so I just let it rip. I don't question it because the hesitation comes from confusion, and it comes from you thinking it's not possible to anti-air. So once you've taught yourself, it's always a possibility to anti-air. You strip yourself of that hesitation, and then you'll do it with pure conviction.
Okay.
And then it's like it's just like an afterthought. Don't even think about people jumping. I don't even I can tell you when people jump. I don't look for it, right? Unless it's very specific instances when I want to optimize like an air to air, right? And
Yeah.
just like do mad damage, sure. But I don't really look for it. People just jump and I'm like, oh, he jumped.
Now, in most cases, Devil's Reverse is not really getting started. You're not doing it from within that close range, though. Like in most cases, you're getting your offense started from pretty far back, and at that point, it's like, okay, yeah. At what point do you try to counterplay it?
Right. So if I'm doing it from here, right, the idea is I do this, right? Like I just randomly do this. You can anti-air this pretty easily. You can just crouch fierce this.
Yep.
Right? Like this is, you just wait for the swing. Because he has such a fat hurt box. Okay, and then if I start doing stuff like this, where I'm like messing with you, you see I'm only you're only -2 here, right? If you time it right. If I start doing like delays, this is when things get tricky, right? But now if I'm doing
Versus
delays,
crouch fierce.
that means I'm watching you, and guess what? Now you can start waiting. You can wait, and you can air to air me. You just jump, because I'm waiting, right?
Okay.
See?
Okay. So if they start switching to that,
Right. Look,
Right.
see, like, I get. This is like a good tactic to have in like intense moments, because people, you know, you could just throw it out there, and then the person's like, right? But to rely on it, it's not ideal. 'Cause you'll get clocked.
switching from crouching fierce to airing is based on previous information I've already internalized from how you're playing, how you're using it.
Right.
It's not, you're not really reacting at that point, but you're calling out.
Yeah, pretty much. And then even so, like, you could still just engage with like micro walks as I'm doing it, and then it's not a big deal, right? Like, who gives a shit? I can't go back anymore, right? Like, I can only go forward and then back to my original or try to go back to my original position. I can't really go back, right? So when you're closing the gap, you've now created the range that we just talked about, where you could just air to air me. So now there's no mix up. See? If I'm here, yeah, sure, right? I can start doing stuff to mess with you, right? But remember. All right. All right. And for like, if you want to create, increase your consistency, react to when his body contorts. See, because his legs all of a sudden flip behind his head. That's how you know. I'm gonna do multiple timings, but do not press until you see my body spin. There you go. See, that was good, because now I know you're doing it. It's good, see? That's good. I'd rather you get counter hit. That's fine. That's fine. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so remember, when we're here, just air to air. Right?
So when you're close, air to air.
Yeah.
When you're far, air to air.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just eliminate you literally eliminate the mind game if I'm too close.
Right. Okay.
Right? Because if I'm here and you try to air, then that's when I can start messing with you by doing this. And,
And even the trade there is okay because you win on damage.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and you have the knockdown.
The trade. The trade is
Yeah, I think it's advantageous for you.
Okay.
That's 1080.
Oh no, that 1080 is that on my side?
Oh.
Oh.
No, that's it. That's
No,
it.
no, you're right. Yeah, so that's
So if you both had get a trade counter hit, she wins.
Yep. Oh.
Okay, well that's an option.
I see. Okay. OD.
Okay, so OD is a little tricky, right? Yeah. So okay, the thing about this is, right, so you have to condition yourself to remember this. If I invest meter and get nothing out of it, you won the interaction.
Yes.
By default.
Yeah.
Right? So even if this happens or whatever, it's not the end of the world. I am in throw range, so you know that does suck for sure. But let's see, the fastest I could possibly go into this is the 37th frame. So this is actually slower than this, ironically.
What about is there a difference with normal rise and OD in midair?
No, it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same with stomps too, so it's the same thing as this.
Okay.
Yeah, but the difference is because you can do the EX faster, you can get it to be more plus. It could be a +6. That's how you get this in this trades with like. Yeah. Right. But the thing is it's a little bit more telegraphed because you see the yellow right away.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
+6.
Yeah. So then this trade. So if you try to like mash a jab here, you can get cooked. Yeah. And then I get this into.
on the trade.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, you see the OD, just let him spend the bar.
Yeah, it's okay. Or you could just try to perfect parry it too, right?
When you parry, you gain drive as well.
You actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you might be able to air this. Try it. Yeah. Because it's actually slower than doing this. It just doesn't look like it.
Whoops. Yeah, that's bad.
See?
Yeah.
Because this is 34 frames. 35, 36-ish. 34, I think is the fastest. But this is 37. Yeah, so this is actually slower.
Okay.
Yeah. So the same idea applies of just air to airing it once you see it.
Okay. And I saw that like if you are stomping, you know, and you do so from a bad range, stomp has a lot of recovery on it on landing that I can catch.
Yeah. It's a pretty good amount. 46 total frames. Yeah, I was blocking the whole time and I just got cooked. Look at that. You can drive rush punish it. Okay, so can you do the drive rush? Let me see your drive rush.
Are you doing the forward parry? Because
He's
can
not.
see 9. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not doing okay, you're not doing the perfect drive rush.
Forward and then forward. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that
was it.
instead. Yeah. Slower. Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Perfect. All right, so let's do it again. Ready?
Oh, wait, sorry.
3 armor frame on startup into the dash.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, okay. That was late. Okay.
Yep.
So I guess to explain at home, I was doing drive rush by doing parry and then forward,
Yeah, it's too slow.
and that's
Way too slow.
you see how he starts up. You glow blue first, so you lose some time versus
Yep.
doing the faster version of that, which is forward and then forward plus parry.
And you
Yep.
can see on the frame meter, the parry is the 3 purple ones.
Yep.
Yeah, so 13 versus.
It should always be 3 purple, 11 teal, and then whatever your button. That means you're doing it the fastest,
Right, so that's
like that.
yeah, 3 purple.
And then 11 teal. That means that you pressed it the fastest inside of the drive rush also.
Right. Okay. Yes. Better habits.
Well, that's for drive rush jab, I mean. But like, because the thing is it's mathematically it's 11, which would be the 3 from the parry startup, and then the 8 from drive rush because you can cancel on the 8th frame of drive rush, right? So that's 11. And then whatever the startup of your button is. So your stand fierce is 12 frames, right? So that means you'd have to be 11 plus the startup of your button. You'd have to be that plus to punish me. So when I do stomp, this has 26 frames of recovery on the ground. So if you react to him coming down sooner, you can consistently punish. You don't react to me on the ground because then it's too late.
Oh my god.
See?
The trifecta, the holy trinity of things to worry about with him. Then next comes bomb.
Le Bomba. Yeah, bomb is quite a threat. I'm not gonna lie. So-
And in particular, right? There's, I mean, when it's on you, and then there's when you're waking up, and the oki that comes from when he drive rushes up to you, knowing that it's on, right? So
the way this works is we're gonna break bomb down into 2 things, right? Let's start with EX because it's the easiest one. EX, if you take a throw, the next setup, he gets an immediate like mix up with overhead basically. So if I do this and then I dash up, I throw you, that's real, and then I get this, that's real. Okay, it explodes faster on the EX. The light, medium, and heavy non-EX versions, you would basically get like an extra interaction. Right, so if I were to do this, I throw you. Okay. You see, I didn't explode, so it won't explode at the same time if I do this into the overhead. See?
Yeah.
So I get like an extra, probably like a second or 2. So then I'd have to like pressure somehow and then, go into high-low mix. So what you could do defensively
is you could attack different parts of this. So you can backdash, you know, for example, this situation, right? If you know the throw's coming.
Okay.
And you can backdash that part, and then you can jab check it. The other thing you can do is you can just take the throw, and then you can instead try to perfect parry the follow-up pressure. Okay, so that would be like this. I throw you, and then I try to button, right? Because I'm trying to button and use the block stun to then set up a high-low mix-up like this into this, or this into this. Okay? The problem is predictable, right? So when you demonstrate like parry defensively in that moment after taking the first throw and then introducing like a parry, if I throw you, it's not the end of the world, because guess what? Yeah, you got thrown with perfect parry, but now, so I want you to parry again, right? After I do after the throw. Okay. Look, the bomb exploded. So who gives a shit?
You lose the bomb. Yeah.
I lost the bomb. That's the most important thing. Like clearly, right? Like you
It's
don't
like a punish counter
like,
throw.
I'm just like, okay, that's as long as you're not like going to die from it, it's not the end of the world. You can mitigate it, right? So obviously it's still a really strong situation, but it only gets stronger if you're scared of it. See, this is why I have to teach it like this, because it's like, I'm not saying it's not cheap. Shit is cheap as fuck, all right? But you can mitigate it. So then now if you start perfect parrying and I just start waiting for it, now you can start jabbing and taking your turn back. Maybe now you can start doing, you know, like a button DRC into a throw strike range. Because now if I get thrown or I get hit, the bomb is relinquished, right? Or if, for example, sometimes what I do, it's kind of like with JP's departure, is I'll throw somebody during the explosion and then I'm invincible. I don't give a shit. Right? So that's how you can use your defense to, you know, like to influence their offenses. Okay, yeah, you know, I know you want the bomb, I know you want the mix, but my parry is gonna thwart that, right? And now you're forced to stop your pressure and deal with the parry. And then it goes back to what I talked about. Does the person immediately throw or do they wait? Because if they wait, now you can start doing buttons, right? You can start doing a button or walk up, throw somebody or something like that, right? If the person's immediately throwing you though, now you can do like wake up super, you can do backdash and then jab punish the throw, right? So I'll do that to you now.
So
I want you to
1 second. So that timing we were just discussing was based on getting hit with a light or medium bomb and then getting thrown right away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. It changes with heavy.
So heavy, the timing is the same, but the advantage is different. So with heavy, it's just the scariest one because now I could do this and then I could throw you. That was real. And then, right?
Okay.
But you see, the timing of it, it's kind of like EX bomb. Why? Because I have so much advantage that I don't get to pressure you early like I did before. See, because if I do this and I dash up, I'm +2 or +5, right? But if I do this, if I do this and dash up, I'm like +12. Yeah, I'm +12. So that extra 7 frames, I have, it's 7 frames of you being on the ground unhittable, right? That difference. And then that is what causes me to only really get one mix right there. So if I do this, right, this button is 30 frames, then I throw you, throw is how many frames, right? Okay, and then, you know, I get high-low mix immediately off of that. So fundamentally, it's the same thing where you want to introduce the parry, right? So regardless of the timing, the idea is you want to introduce the parry, especially when you see the spark start to happen, right? When you see the white flash right about now, that's like delaying it. Some people make the mistake of trying to parry early, but then I walk up and throw you, right?
It did happen once, Narset.
Yeah.
Right? Instead, you want to wait for it and then you like, right? So you can actually perfect parry it. Right? I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying it is an option, right? And you see, I can't throw you during that duration, especially from far away, because then I have to actually like walk up and okay.
And like from mid-screen, this applies as well. Like if you drive rush up, the perfect parry is going to still be the best answer to
100%
waking up on the strike.
Because this is the situation I was telling you about, where like this, right? I can
I can do heavy back fist, and I drive rush back heavy. Boom, right? But I still have to manually time this. But if you back roll, right, I still have to manually time it, but I have to also react to the distance. See? I still have to react to it the right way, because if I just kind of autopilot it, then I'm going to whiff, and then that's just not good because I lose my bomb pressure sequence. Then I have to freestyle it, and then it's too sluggish at that point, so I have to give it up.
Back roll to fuck the timing up.
Yeah, so you want to back roll to mess it up, right? And then when you back roll, I mean, can you? I don't think you can. Yeah, I can throw, right? But let me see. So I want you to back roll and then just walk back. See, like,
Okay.
I'd have to know you're walking back, and then that's why I did that thing against Reggie where I did this.
Right.
Into that, because then it was like, okay, he's walking back, and I don't like the fact you're walking back, so I'm gonna have to settle for this. And that's a lot of meter for that sequence. It was a drive rush into low forward, which then scales, right? The combo by 20% immediately.
Yeah.
Using a bomb, drive rushing again, which is another bar, and then doing EX. That's 4 bars right there. Give or take, because obviously you're gaining a little meter during the combo, right? But it's just too much meter, and I don't really. It's cool because I can get like another heavy bomb, of course. I don't have to do like the drive rush into the short EX scissors again, but ideally, like, just doing that is not good for me, because then now I'm like, fuck, bro, I gotta start doing this. And then guess what? You just wake up and you perfect parry instead of doing what you did before with the walk back. You can get off of like this, right? But the advantage is not that great. So when you back roll it, it's a mitigation tool, right? It's not like you're gonna completely avoid. You're not gonna avoid the pressure, but you're gonna minimize how scary it is, because you're like, oh, it's just light bomb. I don't give a shit about this.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's big.
That helps. Yeah. So if he gets the bomb, he gets the bomb. Not much you can do about it except mitigate the situation. Try to like force him to adapt with a back roll, with challenging at the right moment after possibly taking a throw or not. Okay.
Cool. All right, so I guess to thank you for that. That's 3 big things with him. I guess just to lightly touch on it, you have these interesting breakdowns of what you mentioned when you're learning a new character, how you think about it, and what you kind of start to look at.
Okay,
so we got 2 we have 2 literal flowcharts here, by the way, folks.
Okay, so let me pop mine up so I can see it with you guys at the same time. Okay, so I have 2 flowcharts, right? You guys have seen it on the stream. There's one for developing understanding of the character, and then the second flowchart is developing a skill set, right? So when I teach people, I always start mindset first and then skill set second, right? It doesn't make sense for me to show you how to fish and then you don't even understand where you should be fishing, right? Like what goes into it, right? The mindset of it to be a great fisherman, right? How to be great with your character. So you go online, you see a bunch of videos of, oh yeah, use these tactics and blah, blah, blah. And then you run into somebody that understands that tactic better than you, and then you're just like a fish out of water. You're like, I don't know why this isn't working. What's going on? Oh, I'm such a bad player. Oh, I start dooming, right? We talk about learning a character. I always start with movement, which is what the first thing I talked about in the training mode together, right?
Yeah.
It was like, yo, how does your character engage? How do they evade? How do they move? How easy is it for them to get into range, right? Can they glide around? Is it, because that's going to tell you a lot. So for example, Geef's movement's not that great, so he has to commit. A lot of Geef's movement is going to be like from his forward medium kick, the knee, right? Hopping around with it, empty jumps, right? Drive rush into jab to kind of stop his and cut his momentum, stuff like that, right? Movement is that's the fulcrum. That is the point of leverage for everything else. Everything flows through that, right? You can have amazing tools, but your movement is butt cheeks. Then it's like, well, can you really play footsies effectively? I don't know, right? Or can you have a dynamic footsies, right? Like Geef's footsies aren't really dynamic. He plays it like a wall, right? He doesn't really have like staggers. He can't really stagger you, right? Because he doesn't have like a Chun-Li walk speed where Chun can just walk and stagger you with lights, and then she's in range, she's not in range. Like that's dynamic footsies, right? Geef doesn't have that, right? Marisa doesn't really have that. Why is that? Because of movement. They don't move that. They don't glide, right? You glide, it's like word. Makes sense, okay? So then I talk about normals. So normals
are going to be like the things that help you contest, defend, and create space. I want to figure out how long are my buttons, right? How long are my faster buttons? Because then when I'm in range to defend a piece of space, right? Remember we talked about Woolie, how I was like, back walk speeds are really bad, so you shouldn't try to evade, you should contest now.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out which of your faster buttons have good range, so that way you don't accidentally get whiff punished, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like Bison, immediately I think will stand light punch. I remember Reggie's like, damn, that range, right? Like
That's crazy.
yeah, that range is really good, and it's 5 frames. That button is the range of a medium attack, but it's 5 frames.
Yeah.
That button is insane, right? So then I say, okay, this button's really strong. Now we go into specials. Specials are like, those are the things that are going to help you capitalize on information or to, collect information, right? In terms of like behaviors from your opponent. If I see an opponent is jumping at me, I use my anti-air DP, and then now I'm afforded, like Oki or something like that, right? I want to see what can this special move do? How much drive trip does it deliver? Is it safe on block? Is it safe on hit? Because there's some stuff that's minus on hit, right? It's not unsafe, but it might put you in a bad situation, right? Where you might be in throw range, but you're too close, and it's like, this is not good because I'm minus, right? So you want to know these things. You want to know how fast is the special move on startup, because then it'll be able to dictate if this is a button or if this is a special that's hard to deal with. If the move is slow, like heavy kick scissors from Bison, you just react to it and jump. It's really slow. But if it's light scissor kick, it's 13 frames.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You have to be a little bit more proactive about stopping it, which means I'm commanding your attention. So when you learn a new character, you want to figure out what are the special moves that I have that command attention. Here's some examples. Jamie's heavy palm, right? Or a light palm, right? Because it's a little fast. It's not as safe as heavy palm, but it's fast enough to kind of throw off somebody. Okay. So then they have to think about it. Dulcim's light flame which is random, but I use it like a poke and footsies, right? It's a pure hitbox, like, that button. So that's a scissor kick, right? For Bison, Sabat kick with DJ, right? Really fast. And these buttons knock you down. Like, there's great reward. So you're trying to figure out, like, what are the buttons that have great reward, low risk, require my opponent to really fixate on it, because then you can build a strategy around that. So here's the thing that's mad important. I want everybody to remember this is like, when somebody says a combo is optimal, it doesn't mean it does the most damage. What it means is that it affords you the greatest reward in the context of the situation. So a combo can do little damage, but it's optimal because it gives you corner carry.
Yeah.
Right. Or like I guess like double drive impact. So,
right, double drive, perfect example. Here's another really good one that people might not pay attention to. Is somebody doing like a button, like a light attack, right? Which does no damage into level 3. Right? You're like, wait, that doesn't do any damage. But you know what it might have done? It might have helped me get my drive gauge back. It might have actually put my opponent in burnout. It might have actually put my opponent in the corner, like Maurice's level 3, right?
Yeah.
So it's something you have to think about. Like, you have to really reflect on the situation. This is why, like, watching replays and stuff, like we're going to talk about in a bit, that stuff is important, because you can see a situation and say, yo, what could I have done better?
Yeah, where like, you get like a combo and like, sure, that did a lot of damage, but you went back to neutral and the opponent is breathing, whereas you could have done less damage and got an Oki or a 3-way mix-up, or put them in a corner, or burn them out.
Right. It's like, yo, you do a combo on Dulcim, mad damage, but he's full screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
now he's super happy.
Was that really? Honestly, to keep it simple, the corner is ideally where every character performs their best, because the person that's cornered doesn't have the luxury to evade now. They have to fight forward. They have to literally engage to get out of the corner.
I see. Yeah, watch replays, things to ask yourself, and things to ask about your opponent as well. Identify, and then going into the actual engine mechanics is, these are all broader categories.
So the character, you check the movement, the normal, special, combos, Oki, and then after, all right, this is how my character works. How do I approach every matchup? And then how can I manipulate the matchups and everything through the engine and the mechanics? Does my character have a good drive rush? all these options afterwards.
So looking at the second one, yeah, I like how this is broken down into stuff you're developing skill sets, stuff you're looking at from at each level, and
Oh yeah,
yeah, and so like yeah, at a beginner level, simple anti-airs, for example, right? Things where it's just like if you're having like do what you can do consistently, right? Like there was a word, I forgot who was using it, but it's similar to optimal, but it's like within your ability, right? It's like if the best thing to do that you can do right now based on your reaction time is a button answer to something instead of getting the DP off or something even
Mexican
better.
uppercut versus sure you can.
Exactly. Then do that, And this is just how you think about everything the moment you start playing a new character in any context.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yep. This is what's helped me like expedite the process, right? Because it's like that's mad important, especially in a world that's like constantly evolving and changing, and competition getting fiercer and fiercer. I have to find every advantage possible, right? And I have to also like try to collapse time, right? Because that was the biggest lesson that I learned in 5, bro, was like how to learn a fighting game from the start, from scratch. Because I went into 4 in 2010, right? So that game was like you had SRK forums with piles of stuff that I had. I had so many resources.
2 years in, yeah.
Yeah, 5 came out. I was like, okay, I don't know how to learn this, right? Like, so it was a super frustrating 3 years, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, I'm not only, you would think I'd have an advantage, right? But actually it was like, I hit rock bottom at the start of the game because I had a lot of biases about fighting games that I wasn't aware of. Like I thought things just transferred over seamlessly. I'm thinking, fundamentals with punishing this and that, all these things should just transfer over, right?
Yeah,
no,
that's weird. I would have assumed that you would know what to look for at that point.
Nope, because my biases got in the way. So I didn't go in with a clean slate.
So you had biases and you were kind of like being fed the information during 4. And then at 5, you're like, okay, now you're on your own. You're at the starting line. But you still had trouble getting it going and knowing what to look for.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I was going and hanging with the tech end guys and getting into tag 2 back at like Rammies and stuff. I remember, like going a couple years back, they were like, "Okay, you're a Street Fighter player. I can just play this way against you because you're playing." And they had like specific ways of blowing. Like, let's blow up like Street Fighter players. Okay. You're coming in with too many preconceived notions from that series. I was like, oh my god, no, don't put me in this box. They're gonna hit you low and you're like, he's gonna crouch. Learn what a mid is, idiot. Or sidestepping, right? Things that you're like, okay, or sit there and get jailed all day. It was a very cruel lesson to just be like, it's not the same fucking game.
Right. And then this game is so explosive, bro. So when you have like, this is more explosive than 5 because the difference at least with 5 was the game wasn't explosive until 2 points, when somebody had super or when they had V-trigger. Right? So but this game is round start fight. You have 6 drive bars. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And then you have crazy corner carry, you have oppressive offense, characters do mad damage. It's like, so the game is way more intense off rip, so it's like you have to be that much more aware, right? Like the one bias I had, I'm still like, I have a challenge with is moving backwards, because that's 10 plus years of fighting game expertise that was like, walking back is really strong here. In this game, it's like, no, the fuck it's not. And then you're getting clipped, and then, random Joe Schmo can run their offense, and then it's like, damn, and it's frustrating. It's like, bro, what the hell? But that's where I have to be better, and I have to replace, that's the bias I have to replace. It's like, contest here instead.
Okay. That is a good way to think about it, and I feel like anyway, I feel like that's a nice way to like eagle eye view the situation and kind of look at any particular areas where we might not be polished in, and go like, all right, zoom in and complete that, right? Make sure that you have all these pieces that you can put together. Otherwise, I imagine like, stronger opponents will identify that very quickly within a round or two, and like have your ass for the whole set.
All right.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back. I see some messages as well, and then yeah, get some more games in.